Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-October 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Leo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. Also, I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But with that being said, let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take just a general look at what's happening for the remainder of October. We're going to take a look at money, love, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, take a look at your crystal of the month, and take a look at a healing note. But let's see here, again, starting column number 1, which is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the summary card of connection. And this is pretty literal. This is about making yourself available for a new connection. So I'm going to say that some way, somehow, Leo, in these last few weeks or month, there's been a new connection. Friendship, love interest, reconnection with somebody, reunion of some sort. But again, connection is what's coming through there. And let's see what messages are coming through underneath. The first card that's coming up is the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is a card of bully, theft, violence, abusive, some sort of toxic relationship. I will say that for some of you, this could be a reconnection of a relationship that ended not very well with this 5 of Swords type energy. This could be an indicator of conflict that happened these last few weeks. Interestingly enough, I feel like if you did have conflict, it did lead you to this new connection. But let's continue to read through and see what other messages come up here. The next card we have is the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles is a card of worry. And I do feel like you had angst following this disagreement or this reunion. Obviously, if the reunion is reconnecting with somebody that wasn't so positive, or potentially there was just like worry regarding the conflict. This can also be a card of isolation, so kind of withdrawing post-conflict. Then at the bottom here we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a reminder to be very solid, practical, and wise. And that applies in all aspects of life. Typically, the King of Pentacles is talking about money, but this can also just refer to our thought process of being solid, practical, and wise. Let's see, though, what other cards, what we can do in terms of clarifying here. The first card that we have is the Lovers. So this is going to tie really nicely into the connection card, of course. The Lovers card is a card of partnership, deep love, choice, strength together. Again, really nice love card. So again, I feel like for some of you going through the reunion, this was being reconnected with somebody that used to be a love interest. Or potentially the conflict could have been with your partner or spouse. I don't feel like the relationship is ending, but this is just more so acknowledging a conflict and some of the feelings that you had around the conflict. Keep in mind the Lovers card is a card of strength and partnership and really deep love. The next card that we have is the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is a card of waiting or delayed success. You see this person planted their pentacles and now they're waiting for them to grow. That does seem to be the case here. It could take some time to resolve this conflict, to move on from this angst or this worry. So I just feel like this could have gone on for a few days or even a week where it took a while to resolve whatever that conflict was. And then at the bottom here we have the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. This could also be news coming in. Again, there was something that prompted the connection. So somehow news connected you, or news of something could have driven the conflict as well. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is just general, what's coming for the remainder of October. We have the card Perception. And this is about like using your senses to gain perception. Look, listen, hear, really focus in on getting information. And this is like about leveraging your perception versus maybe being convinced of something else. So like if something sounds too good to be true, then there's a possibility it's not true. So it's like you need to trust your senses to navigate a perception on some scenario. Let's see though what messages we have coming through here. Okay, continuing on the love theme, it seems like for the most part. The first card that we have is the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of the Ace of Cups, this is new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So definitely some new love energy and coming into play here. Again, using your perception, using your skills to navigate. The next card that we have is the Justice card. The Justice card, Leo, is one of those cards that's always favorable for you. This is a card of truth coming out. This is like win-win solutions. This is cause and effect. Like the effort you've put into a relationship, now you're being rewarded with that. The Justice card is also a really good card for legal matters, things of the court, like contracts, that type of energy. So we like to see that there. And then at the bottom here, we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is very romantic. It's another love card. It's a card of partnership, proposal, marriage. So you have some repeat messages here within the cups. Let's clarify though and see what we've got going on. Yes, lots and lots of love energy. The first card we have is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card of friendship, so this could be a new relationship or friendship as well. This is an indicator of circle of support, but also a card of celebration. So with the Ace of Cups, I see there being like a gender reveal party or a diaper party or an engagement party or possibly a wedding. So a celebration of this new love. The next card that we have is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a card of mental clarity. Again, anytime we have a card that's an ace, it's a card of newness. But it's interesting because the Justice is saying truth coming out, and then the Ace of Swords is saying this is mental clarity, new clarity. So definitely finding out some sort of information, and again, make sure that you are using your senses to navigate the perception of this information. Then at the bottom here, we're going to have the repeat Ace of Cups, which is again, baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So much love energy here swirling around for you, Leo, this month. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. Really, like I said, anything you associate with money. The first card that we have is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a very spiritually high card in terms of like intuition and vibration and frequency. When I see this card in readings, it's like the person that I'm reading for is intuitive or very in tune. This is a card of trusting your intuition, using your intuition, trusting your gut. This can also be a card of like unknown information as well. The next card that we have is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of a dark and gloomy card. You see the sky is dark, the person is laid down flat, and they have all these swords stuck in them. So there's really some low feelings right now, Leo, associated with your job or with money. And then at the bottom here, we have the Hangman. The Hangman is quite literally hanging there by their foot. It's really stagnant type energy. And it too is like waiting for more information before you can move forward. So you have the High Priestess saying that there could be some piece of information. There's like secret or mystery. And then you have the Hangman saying we need more information before we can move forward. Let's clarify though and see what we've got going on here. The first card that we have is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is again that card of bully, theft, violence, abusive relationship, some sort of toxic relationship. So there seems to be some relationship as it relates to either career or finances that's not so healthy right now, that's not feeling the best, that's not treating us the best. I'm going to say pretty directly that's what's driving that Ten of Swords energy, those low feelings. I will say though, it's like you don't have the full picture on this scenario, but definitely trust your gut, trust your intuition as you navigate through this situation. Things may not be coming through as face value, so be very, very cautious, and again, use your intuition to navigate there. The next clarifier we have is the Ace of Pentacles. I really like to see the Ace of Pentacles, of course, in the money column. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. In the case of Ace of Pentacles, this is job, raise, promotion, investment, income. I do feel like the conflict and these low feelings are going to drive you to seek a new opportunity. Whether it's a new job at your company, a new company altogether, it could even be a new job field. But it feels like there's movement, and we like this because this is always healthy new money, but it's like you're not really happy right now, and there are conflicts and there are issues, which like I said, I think is going to drive you towards a new opportunity. At the bottom here, we have the Justice card. Again, the Justice card is one of those cards that's favorable for you. With the Justice card, this is like cause and effect, win-win solutions. But this is truth coming out. So remember I was saying with the Hangman, there was like some sort of piece of information you needed to move forward. You were feeling stagnant, so you got this information, but then the Justice is saying truth coming out. So this should be working out in your favor. You'll get the piece of information that you need here, Leo. The Justice, again, we mentioned this earlier, is also good in terms of legal or contractual type information. So those indicate favorable outcomes for you. So if you're dealing with a matter of a court, a contract, some sort of legal agreement, that'll have a favorable outcome for you. One thing also I wanted to, I can't remember where I was going to go with that, Leo. Sorry. Oh, what I'm thinking here with the Justice card, and this is just an example, this may or may not resonate for some of you. This truth coming out could be something like you don't get the raise you were expecting, and that could also prompt the move. It's like whatever piece of information you're needing or whatever you're waiting for, you'll be getting. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love, Leo. The first card that we have is the Chariot. Somebody once described this to me as the vroom vroom card. This means there's action, there's change, there's movement. We're on a journey currently. But I like the Chariot. The nice thing about the Chariot is like you don't always have to know exactly where you're going. You can trust that the Chariot is going to be taking you to the right place. But in general, I feel like your love is blossoming, it's growing, it's developing. You're on this love journey with the Chariot. The next card that we have is Temperance. Temperance is a card of balance and harmony, so also one of those cards we like to see really anywhere in the reading. But this is indicating balance and harmony coming back into your relationship. This is good, especially for those of you that did have the conflict. Or if you've been kind of like feeling highs and lows, I don't know, that's coming in for some of you. That's going to level out. Also, some of you could have been very busy with work or travel or a family issue or something of that sort. That's really like limited your time with your loved one. Again, balance and harmony coming in there for you, which is great to see. And at the bottom here, we have the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of trusting your intuition. The interesting thing with the Moon card, though, is like something is going to pop up that we didn't anticipate. It's like the curve in the road, but you need to use your intuition to navigate the curve of the road. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just not something that's anticipated. But remember, we're on the journey. The Chariot's going to continue to take us exactly where we need to be. So as you get to this curve in the road, you just kind of have to accept it for what it is and do your best to navigate there, Leo. Let's see, though, what other cards we have, what clarifiers we have for this column. The first card we have is the Strength card. The Strength card is a card of, well, definitely courage with the lion on the top here. And I do want to touch on that for a second because I feel like sometimes not knowing where you're going can be one of the hardest things. So again, having that kind of trust and having that faith in the Chariot, that the journey is where you need to be and where you need to go. So do embrace that courage. This is also a card of self-love, unconditional love, self-respect. So again, this is like talking back to the Temperance card of that balance. This is you treating yourself well and also being unconditionally loved by somebody else. The next card we have is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a card of being very bold, being very powerful, also a card of courage. So we do have courage coming up twice in a row here for you. Interestingly enough though, this is like you're in a position of power, which feels like a weird message, and I'm trying to kind of unpack that further. And more so it's like a position of balance, like equal parts, contributing to the relationship, balancing the relationship. This is also a card of charm, so really your ability to charm your partner and enjoy this time together. At the bottom here we have the Magician. The Magician is a card of turning your visions into reality. It's very focused, creative energy. It's saying you can have whatever you want. So do really be focusing on where you want to go. And what this is saying with the Moon card, again, I said there's going to be kind of that curve in the road you didn't see with the Moon card. But the Magician is saying, well, I'm actually taking you to exactly what you've been hoping for. You need this curve in the road in order to fully realize your wishes, or what you've been hoping for, what you've been dreaming for. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Alchemy. This is a neat one. Alchemy, though, is all about the ability to look at any obstacles that may come up and deem them as impermanent, so something that's temporary, and the ability to overcome obstacles. So keep that in mind as anything pops up this month, or the remainder of this month, I mean. Make sure we have that ability to kind of like see things that they're not permanent, it's not the end of the world, and to be able to overcome. But let's see what messages we've got here. The first card we have is the Lover's card. So we have had a lot of love energy here, but one of the meanings of the Lover's card outside of love is a decision. So anytime you have two something on a card, it can indicate a decision that needs to be made. So I do think there is a decision that needs to be made this month, and I do think it'll likely be like, do we feel derailed by the obstacle, or can we make a decision or change the path to overcome it? The next card that we have is the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the Ace of Swords, this is mental clarity. So it's like, again, you have the information you need. You have the ability to see your way around a situation. And at the bottom here, we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card of low feelings. You see this person's dressed in all black. They're facing away from us. The cups are knocked over. And I feel like this isn't the ideal situation. This, whatever obstacle or roadblock that's popping up does bother you. But again, we gain the clarity that we need to make the decision as to how to navigate around whatever this obstacle may be. The first clarifier we have is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a really resourceful card. This is about being resourceful with your resources, which makes total sense. Like I said, you have the ability, you have the clarity that you need to figure out how to overcome this. You have the resources that you need already, Leo. The next card that we have is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of kind of low feelings. It's like apathy or unfulfillment, and that's definitely echoing that Five of Cups at the bottom. Is like, you wish this situation wasn't here, you wish you didn't have this roadblock's bothersome, but again, it's about getting to that clarity where you can overcome or take yourself in a different direction to overcome. And at the bottom here, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of being patient and working hard. So no doubt that you'll be able to find a way around this, although it may take a little bit of patience. Now at this time, Leo, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the Ace of Clubs. This is number 31 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2 is the Two of Hearts. This is number 19 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 3 is the Queen of Clubs. This is number 40 card. That's also going to be a yes. If you watched your video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of October. You have Dolomite this month, which is good for grounding and endurance. It helps you stay authentic. It gives you a sense of trust, stability, endurance, and it keeps your actions very playful. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, yes, you, the one hearing this, you are beautiful, talented, amazing, and simply the best at being you. Thank you so much, Leo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Leo, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your October.